Somebody once told me, love is more than a feeling. In fact, this person said, love is not a feeling at all, but a decision. Love is liberty, and with that comes trust. Lastly, love is a compromise. Take it as you wish. God made the decision to make you. God gives you the liberty to do as you please. And God has a compromise with you. Everything you have is because of Him. Think about that one deeply. One can show love many ways. Could be a loving hug, a simple good morning text, a kiss, of course. Here comes a good one by giving time, sending a thoughtful message, or even just by saying hi, how are you? By planning to see each other. Can be a relative, a friend, a boyfriend, or a girlfriend. Moving on to Mark 12, verses 29 to 31, it speaks about the greatest commandments. One of the scribes decided to ask Jesus, "What is the greatest commandment?" To which Jesus replied, "The first is this: Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is Lord alone. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. The second is this: you shall love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other commandment greater than these." Take a look at these 10 commandments. The reason as to why God says that to love Him is number one, and to love one another as yourself as number two, is because once you do that, you won't have a heart to do all of these other commandments, to take the name of the Lord in vain, to disrespect your parents, to murder, to commit adultery and be unfaithful toward your partner, to steal, or to bear false witness against your neighbor, because you will have love. You will know what love is. And to love yourself is to not want any of these commandments be done to you, right? You wouldn't want someone to steal from you. You wouldn't want someone to cheat on you. You wouldn't want someone to disrespect your parents, right? That's why I believe God said to love Him as number one and to love your neighbor as yourself as number two, as the greatest commandments. Now, in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 to 8, it speaks about the way of love. Hear me out. It says, "Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. As for prophecies, they will pass away. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will pass away." Notice how it says, "Love is patient and kind." You know what that means? If you have anger issues, once you allow God to enter your heart and in your mind, He's going to remove all of those negative emotions out, and He's going to fill you up with love, with patience, with kindness. People are going to see you. They're going to be like, "What happened to this person that used to have anger issues, that used to explode out of nowhere?" And your one and only answer will be, God. God. Let me tell you all a little testimony that is based on that, on patience, on self-control, so to speak. At first, when I started working at my current job, I really felt as if people rejected me, as if I wasn't liked there, as if people were annoyed with me. I really felt as if I was hated on, and I didn't really understand why. I still feel that way from time to time, but thinking back, it's because I have this love that they do not. I have this positivity that radiates from my whole entire persona, and people do not like that. Why do I say that? It's because one of the cooks, he saw me walk in, and he's all like, "Oh, here comes the Hallelujah." Like, in other words, "Oh, here comes the saint. Here comes me," because I'm always so positive, and I guess that he was able to see God within me. I don't know. Well, once I do know, once you have God, people are going to notice that you have God within you. It's like they could see the light and they hate on me because they do not like the light. They do not like the person I am. They do not, I don't know. I really didn't understand. God gave me this gift where I could feel vibes. I could feel what a person is transmitting. When there's negative energy, I could feel that. And it happened all the time while I was here at work. I remember one day, one of the cooks, another cook, he told me, "Margarita, one day I'm going to make you mad on purpose just to see how you are when you get mad." And there were days that I was put to the test. Other days there would be another cook that would always just be so, he would always nag about everything. He would get very distressed when there would be a lot of people coming through the drive-thru. And so he would use me as his punching bag. He was just so mean to me. The other girls would tell me, "Why do you let it slide? Why do you let it happen? Why do you allow it?" And I remember replying, "It's all good. I don't know what he deals with. I don't know what happened throughout his lifetime that made him this grumpy old man." He probably, possibly, very possibly had a tough life. I do not know. I don't know what's the reason as to why he is the way he is, but there's a reason for that. And also, I find no need to talk back. I found no need to talk back. That is the patience I've received, thanks to God. But you know what? This is when I realize people will hate on you if you're a bad person, logically, if you're evil. But even if you're a good person, even if you're genuinely a good person, nice person, you're going to be hated on as well. You're going to receive negative vibes everywhere, no matter who you are. And that is the thing, that is the reality of this life. I remember one of the cooks told me, "Margarita, I don't know what it is about you, but I can tell that you have God in your life. People feel, and people won't know it, and you will be hated on because of it. But when that day comes, what you're gonna do is kill them with kindness and love them a little harder. But as this Bible verse says, love bears all things, it endures all things." Don't take those words too hard if you're in a toxic relationship, though. God gave me patience. I felt like quitting so many times from this job. There would be days I'd come home with tears in my eyes. If it wasn't something, it was another. But I need something, and I go to work, not to create drama. Luckily, things got a lot better now. That one cook that was always nagging at me and being very pessimistic towards me, he has calmed down now. He's very nice to me. I feel like, actually, I feel as if he's not nice to anyone except for me. He's very nice now. I feel like perhaps that cook came to a conclusion that he's not going to be able to break me. I don't know what it is. Well, actually, I do know. One day, another cook told me that he told on him, and he told the boss, like, "Hey, this guy is being really messed up to Margarita." And so I do not know what the boss told him, but that calmed him down, which is a good thing, but I was also just like, okay, I was okay with it, whatever. So yeah, I got one of the cooks that works there that got me. He had it. He had it. He had enough of it, and he did what he did, but he did it for respect out of me. He really respects me. And this mini testimony isn't for you to feel bad for me. I told you this so that you could reflect upon it and know and realize that God could really give you that patience, that patience that you have to endure through difficult times. And people will hate on you for holding back. But it's the patience that God gave you, which is a gift. 1 Corinthians 16:14 says, your every act should be done in love. So if you're going to speak, let it be done in love. If you're going to hug, let it be done in love. If you're going to give, let it be done in love. It's not easy, especially since we live in a world filled with bad and evil. And when there are certain people that can get to you and make you very angry. But with God within your heart, trust, it's very possible. Colossians 3:12-15 says, put on then, as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, heartfelt compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience, bearing with one another and forgiving one another, if one has a grievance against another, as the Lord has forgiven you, so must you also do. And over all these, put on love, that is the bond of perfection. And let the peace of Christ control your hearts, the peace into which you were also called in one body. For this Bible verse, I just want to share that I've always been a gentle being for the most part, and that's because I've always had God in my life. But that doesn't mean that I am a perfect human being. I've made mistakes, I've had my downfalls. I am a sinner. Somehow we all have to grow and learn from our mistakes and failures. Now it says here, forgive as the Lord has forgiven you. Forgiveness is one of those special keys that you must always carry. There is a story, I'm not sure if it's true, but there's a story about a woman who passed away and came back to life to tell her story. She claims that she went to hell. She ended up in hell when she died. And she asked God, why did I end up here? If I would always go to Mass on Sundays, I would pray the rosary, I would pray and reach out to you. Why am I in hell? And I guess that it was because, well, God answered her, because you didn't forgive. Because she didn't forgive. Whether this is true or not, forgiveness for sure is one of those commandments that the Lord has told us. Forgiveness comes with love. And remember, love comes from Christ. You know, when you pray the Our Father, you are also saying in that prayer, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. We're supposed to mean that from the heart. Now, like I said earlier, I'm not sure if that other story I told right now is based on a true story, but one thing is for sure. Here's a fact. Why would you expect God to forgive you if you can't forgive someone else? I understand that sometimes there are actions that seem to be unforgivable, but you must. Pray about it. Pray for strength to forgive and to move on. And let the peace of Christ control your heart, as it is said in that last verse that I just read. In Romans 12, verse 9, it says, let love be sincere. Hate what is evil. Hold on to what is good. In a world full of fake people, you be genuine. And give genuine love. We all need it. Hate what is evil. I know there are many temptations. We are surrounded by it all. We live in the world full of temptations. But in a world full of hate, of negativity, of bad, of evil, hold fast to what is good. God is the ultimate goodness out here. People have turned from their old bad ways and turned good because of Him. People that had addictions have said, no more to this lifestyle. Goodbye to all of that within seconds because of Him. People have healed from situations where doctors have told them there is no hope because of their faith towards God, our loving God. In a world filled with hate and negativity that has enough of it already, choose good. Choose positivity. Choose what makes you feel happy instead of sad. Choose what makes you feel good instead of bad. Everything that serves you no good, take it out and choose love.